In 1940, the US Army asked America's car companies for the impossible: design and build a brand new war vehicle in 49 days. Every major automaker said no, except one, a tiny, nearly broke company in Butler, Pennsylvania called Bantam. And the Jeep they built, the very first one, is still alive today. It's the oldest Jeep in the world, and it has a name: Gramps. Here's how it happened. It's 1940, and Europe is on fire. The German army is rolling across the continent faster than anyone believed possible. America isn't in the war yet, but the army knows it's coming. And it knows it has a problem. It has no light, fast, go-anywhere vehicle for its troops. Nothing to replace the horse and the motorcycle. So, in June of 1940, the army fires off a request to 135 companies. Deliver a working prototype in 49 days. On paper, it was a joke. Almost everyone passed. Almost everyone. Bantam was broke. The company had once built small, nimble little cars, but by 1940, it was down to a handful of employees, an empty drafting room, and no money at all. But it had nothing to lose and everything to gain. So Bantam called a freelance engineer named Karl Probst. Probst walked into that deserted drafting room, sat down at a desk, and in about 2 days designed the entire vehicle. Every bolt, every dimension. A 1,200-pound four-wheel drive machine that could hit 50 miles an hour and carry 3 soldiers. Then came the 49-day sprint. Bantam had no factory capable of building a prototype from nothing, so they begged, borrowed, and stripped parts from suppliers and junkyards across the Midwest. When they finally rolled the finished prototype, the Bantam reconnaissance car, into the Army's test grounds at Camp Holabird, Maryland, the story goes they made it with barely half an hour to spare. And then the Army did its best to destroy it. 30 straight days, over 3,000 miles of punishment. It passed. And here's where the story turns bitter. The Army loved what Bantam built, so it handed the design straight to Bantam's rivals. Willys and Ford got the plans, and they got the big production contracts. Bantam, the company that actually invented the Jeep, built fewer than 2,700 of them, and then never made another vehicle in its life. Willys had the stronger engine, the famous Go Devil, and in a war, output beats origin. The Jeep the whole world knows is a Willys and Ford machine, but it was Bantam's invention. But one of Bantam's very first Jeeps made it, serial number 1007, the 7th Bantam ever built. They call it Gramps. For decades, Gramps dodged the scrap heap. At one point, it was literally pulled out of a junkyard, saved by people who understood exactly what it was. Today, Gramps sits on display at the Heinz History Center in Pittsburgh, on long-term loan from the Smithsonian, the oldest surviving Jeep on Earth, living proof that the 49-day bet was won. More than 600,000 Jeeps rolled off assembly lines during the war. General Eisenhower called the Jeep one of the weapons that won World War II, and every single one of them traces back to one broke company, one freelance engineer, and a 49-day deadline that the rest of the world refused to even try. If you like this story, subscribe. I tell one forgotten car story at a time, and tell me in the comments, did Bantam get a raw deal?